Hi everyone, myself Kunal and welcome to KBTechnology. Today our topic is how to deploy Kubernetes application in Azure. So let's start. So before starting this video, uh, you must have below things in your system. First is Docker Desktop tool, second Visual Studio 2022, third is Azure account with free or paid version subscription, and fourth is Azure CLI installed in your system. You can copy the link from the description window from where you can get this setup. And fifth is I will personally suggest you to watch my previous video that will explain you how you can deploy your Kubernetes application in local cluster. Okay. Okay, so here I have noted down all the steps for the today's video, what all things we will use, what all command we will use. So I have noted down step by step. So we'll go one by one and I'll explain all the things. Okay. So first you need to install the Azure CLI. So from where you will get the Azure CLI? So you just type here Azure CLI latest version. Okay. From here, you need to download the Azure CLI. So if your system is 32-bit, you install 32-bit. If your system is 64-bit support, then you need to use this one. Okay. So come back again. So step two is saying check Azure version from the below command. So once you install the Azure CLI, then you can run this Azure agent version to see the Azure version. Okay, in your system. So I have already one API services in my system, which I have created in my previous video. So this is having weather forecast controller, which is a default controller. So in previous video, I have already explained you how to create deployment YAML and service YAML and deploy into the local cluster, right? So these things, whatever image we have created in my previous video for the local cluster, that image how we can deploy into the Azure account. So today we are going to cover this topic in this session. Okay, so just open the tools and command line and developer PowerShell. Clear the screen. So now we already installed the Azure CLI. We can check the Azure version now. Is it version? See, now it is showing the all Azure CLI version what it is we have. Okay, so now we'll do the login. Is it login? So see next step, which what I have written here, agent login. It will connect your Azure account. Okay, see it started connecting your account. You need to just click on whatever Microsoft account you have. So it has connected through the Azure account. So it is saying you have logged into the Microsoft Azure. So see that also this and now it is showing all the details like cloud name, tenant ID, but all things we have it is showing there. So now you can clear the screen. Okay, come back to the next step. So next step it is saying create a container registry. Okay, so see in previous video I already explained you whenever you are creating a new project, it will create a container here in your Docker. Let's close and open the Docker window. See, so this container, it is showing all those container things, right? So same thing, I'll create the container here in the Azure account. So this container, how it will create. So if you watch my previous video, you will get to know means whenever you are creating a new project, okay, and you are selecting the Docker while creating your project, it will create a new container here. So for same things, I'll create a new container in my Azure account. What I can do, I'll simply log in my portal.azure.com, select the Microsoft account. I'll go to the container registry. So here you can type and you can search by the container registry. Since I already recently opened, so it is showing in my list. Okay. So container registry. Here you can create a new container. Okay. So here you need to give the group resource group name. So resource group name means either If you have already resource group name, you can just select that. If you don't have, you just type a new resource group name. So it will auto create that group name. Okay. So I have selected which I have already created the resource group earlier. I'll give the container registry name Cube API demo. Okay. It has taken. Now, see, be careful about the pricing plan. So you need to do the means aware about that what all cost it is applying here. Since it is a standard one, so I need to select basic because I am giving the demo only. I am demo per seat I am using. So you can check the pricing plan here. For more pricing plan, you can just click on that. So it will explain you what all charges is here. Like price per day container registry for basic is 13 rupees and 852 paise, and the standard is 55.422. Premium is a bit costly, that is 138.564, right? So since I am using for demo purpose, so I'll use the basic one. Okay, just create that. So it started creating. So once it is created, then it will show you deployment succeeded now. Okay, so let's wait because still it's creating. Deployment in progress you are seeing here. Okay. So yeah, it has created a deployment. Okay. So now if you go and check the container registry, you can see, just refresh it. Refresh again. See, the container registry created now. Okay, fine. So yeah, before that, I just wanted to explain one thing here. QCTL get get SVC. So what all services we have? See, we have in previous video which services we have created in localhost. So that you are seeing here, external IP is localhost. So whatever service we have, you can able to access through this localhost. I'll show you that localhost and weather forecast. See, this is up and running because our application, our this services is deployed into localhost. Okay, so that's why it is running under this localhost. Now I want to deploy these services into Azure Kubernetes cluster, so that once we'll deploy this our Kubernetes cluster, Azure Kubernetes cluster, then it will show you some, this localhost will be changed to some external IP, some Azure IP. So that I am going to explain you how we can achieve that. Okay. So, okay, fine. Now come to the next step. So next step is, now I need to log in through our container registry, Azure Container Registry. So what is the command is AZACR login hyphen name and then your container registry name. Okay. So we'll type here AZACR name, and my container registry name is what you can get it from here, which we have created, this one. So it started trying to log in with my so cube API demo is okay, some spelling mistake or not recognized by the system. Let's check again. Agent. Okay, there is a command missing. See, login is missing there. So I need to, what I need to do? AZACR login, right? AZACR login to API demo. See, login succeeded. That means it is connected to our Azure Container Registry. Okay. So now next step is create a tag for your Azure account where you need to map your local image to Azure image. Okay. What is exactly it is? First, we'll see what all image we have. Docker image ls. Okay, see, we have these images, we have these image, we have these image, but we don't have that Azure related image here, right? So we have this image with tag v2. Okay, and that image id is this one. So we have this image which we have created through this deployment file. Okay, same image you are seeing here with v2 and this image id. Now we'll create a same tag in the Azure. Okay, so now clear that. So here you can see the next command. What exactly it is for tag? Docker tag, and this is your local host account, like Docker account. So Docker, what Docker account it is? So this one, if you see there, this is the Docker account. Okay, so we'll do that here, Docker tag, and we'll copy this one. Okay, and what image we have created? Image we have created this one with v2 tag, right? Now here we need to give the Azure account. Here we had given the what account? That is a Docker user account. Now we'll give the Azure account to map this tag. So what is this? Is the container registry, and here you can get the user account. You just copy it. Just click on here. You can copy it here, and slash will give the same name, Cube API demo v2, right? Okay, the spelling mistake is Docker. So Docker I need to use. Okay, so it executed successfully. So now we'll check the next step. So once the tag is created, run the below command. Okay, run the below command and check Docker Azure image has been created or not. So it should be like that. It should be like that. Yeah, it means whatever Azure account we had given, and that image name it should create. So we'll check. Just clear the screen. Docker image ls. See, it has created the Azure image v2 with the same image ID, right? Simply it has created the tag. Okay. Now clear the screen. Come to the next command. So next command is, okay, this is done. Now we'll check step 8. Now push your Azure image through below command. So what is the below command? Docker push, and whatever the your Azure account is there and your image. So it will push the images in your Azure. I'll do that. Docker push, and we'll copy from here. This one was, and what was the image name? Image name was this one, which we had given. Okay. So it started pushing your images in your Azure. Meanwhile, we'll check what is the next step. Okay, so we are pushing that. Then after, now you can go in Azure Container Registry and then click on repository, and then you can see Cube API demo image created there. Okay, so that I'll check. Once it is done, it is still pushing the images. So we'll check here. We'll check here. See, we have this. Come to the container registry. Okay, we'll come to this one, and here is the repository. Okay, so repository here is currently it's a no result, right? Once it is pushed, the file should come here. Okay, now it is pushed. So let's re refresh that. See that repository created here, right? Cube API demo. We can see that if we click on that, we can see the v2 tag is created. Okay, Just now it is created with the v2 tag, whatever we have pushed. Correct? So now come to the next part. So next is now go to the Azure Kubernetes service and create a new cluster. So how will create a new cluster? Come to here. We'll click on the Kubernetes services and we'll create the Kubernetes cluster. So Kubernetes cluster, again, you need to select the subscription name, resource group you need to select here. Okay. And here we need to give some Kubernetes service name. You can give anything. I'm giving the Q API services. Okay. So reason, fine. Ability zone, none. Okay. Okay, fine. Kubernetes version, fine. I'm disabling this option because for the cost and all, I don't want to apply any cost for any of the feature because I'm giving the demo purpose. Okay. So node security channel, that also you put none. Okay. Authentication, this is fine. So now, these are all the things. Dev test here, you need to select dev and test. So next. So now next, if you go here, because what I need to here, you need to click on agent. Okay. So here you can edit your size, node sizes and all. So see, I need to see this is chargeable, right? How much CPU, how much RAM you are selecting here. So what you need to check? You need to check the size. Okay, which size is very less costly. So what we can do? We can come here and we'll sort by the cost. Okay, so least one is this one. Okay, so what is its name? So it is B2S. So it is giving the two CPUs and 4 GB RAM and data disk is 4. So we'll select that. Okay. So and a scale method, I'll do the manual, not go for the auto scale. Node count, I will give 1. And here it is also, I'll give it is saying minimum least is 30 and 250 is maximum. So I'll give 30. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. First, I'll check. I think one is not, will not allow. It will allow minimum 30. That's it. Okay, enable IV prod. Fine. So I will update that. Okay, this error would gone. Now I'll select the networking part. Next. So next, enable private cluster not required. Set this one not required. Kubernetes. Okay, fine. DNS prefix network policy not required. Okay, fine. Next, integration. Okay, integration is fine. Azure policy disable, fine. Next, monitoring. Enable is not required. Enable recommended alerts is not required. Yeah, these things you can check this if you have, if you want to spend money, or if you want your project is required this kind of configuration, you can do that. Because I am giving the demo, I don't want to I don't want to go for extra cost and all. That's why I'm just unchecking all those options. Okay. Okay. Review and create. Started creating Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so you can review it here. So subscription, everything is fine. This is everything is fine, and you can review and you can create that. It started creating that. Once it is done, it will show here. Meanwhile, we'll check with next step. What next step is? So where we were in the step 10. So we have created the Azure cluster. So we have to run one command here. So I'll show you what command it is. This command, yes. So this command you can run here. So once it is created, deployment is still running. Deployment is still in progress. Kubernetes cluster. Yeah, it has created now. So what we can do here, now we need to merge. So next step it is saying, now run the below command to merge Kube API SVC as current context. So that command is missing here. I'll give you miss what command you need to use. So this is the command agent aks get credential, your resource group name, my resource group name is this one, and then what service you have created, service what we have created, this one, Kube API SVC. Okay, so this will merge your, this docker here, if you see there currently, right click on that, and if you see the context, currently what it is giving, docker desktop. Okay, it is not a Kube API SVC. So once I will do here, let's check deployment is done or not, still running or it is done. Yeah, it's created. I think it's created. Let's check it is doing or not. So it is already exists because before all I already used that one for the demo purpose, some demo purpose. So that's why it is saying it's already existed. So that is fine. So what we can do here, we can come here and we can just right click on that and we can select this one. Okay. So override it is saying, you can say yes. Yes. So it is merged now. Okay. So if it is already exists, you can merge, you can overwrite it. If you had given a new name, then it will auto created the new config file for that. So now you are in the, now you are in the Kube API service cluster, not service. Sorry, Kubernetes cluster, Azure Kubernetes cluster. Not you're not using a Docker desktop here. Okay. So now next step is, okay. So now you can check. Now you can check kubectl get svc. See, your external IP local host is removed here because now you are in where you are in this one Kube, this service Kube API SVC cluster. You are not in the Docker desktop. So that's why here it's here what it is saying external IP is none. So once we'll deploy our deployment YML file and service YML file, then this external IP will be changed to the Azure IP. Okay. So we'll come to one by one. Now what we'll do? We will okay. So now we'll deploy our deployment.yml file. Okay, from this command, step 13. If you are seeing that, what you're saying, you need to deploy your deployment YML file in your Azure Kubernetes cluster. So we'll write a command kubectl apply -f or -f. What is the name? Name was project name was Kube API demo. Okay, Kube API demo. So this is the project name. This is this one is this is the project name. Okay, so this file we are deploying into Azure. So you need to give the path, exact path. So deployment.yml. See, deployment is created. Now we need to deploy the service.yml. What is service? This is this file. This file service where means we are using the load balancer and port we are setting up. So these services we are going to deploy into the Azure. So what will we give here in place of deployment? We give the service. See, service is also created now. So now we'll check the we'll check the get SVC. See, now the external IP is allocated here, Azure external IP. What we can check here, we can simply copy it and run it some in browser // will give the local, this one, weather forecast. See, the response is we got the response, right? So see, this is the our Azure external IP where I have deployed the services. Okay, so that now the service is accessible to the external IP. So this what it is. So we have created this Azure Kubernetes cluster. We deployed the services there, and now service is accessible through this external IP. Okay, so you can see there. So we have a Kubernetes services here. This we have created. See, this we have created here, and now we already deployed our services here. So you can check here kubectl get pod. See, you can see the pod, what all pod is running here. Okay, so these are the pod it is running here, Kubernetes pod, and then these are the service we have deployed here. So services, what services? This is the Azure external IP, which when once we have deployed the deployment.yml file and service.yml file, it has created the external IP, Azure external IP, and it is the API is accessible through this external IP. So that's it for the today videos. Thank you for watching my video. If you really like this video, please subscribe my channel. Okay, and keep watching my video. Thank you.